very tough time making it to the next round. And John May is going to get us started. There we see the fast hands of Tardio and Johnson on display right off the bat. Riley with a nice counter there.
0-0-2. Fight out.
Jaume showing off his hand skills.
0-0-1. Thanks, sir.
Jim's on ball man duty here. Ball went behind the thing, and Jaume just said, "Hey, get it back there."
Lost ball.
And they're gonna get a new one. And we'll leave a souvenir behind the tarp here if anybody wants one later.
I like those Vulcan balls. I'm gonna have to search for it here in a little bit. Nice play. Nice play by J&V. Wow. He is so quick.
1-0-2.
Wow.
Good job earning the line there by Newman and Martinez Vich, but couldn't hold it.
So much better start tonight for Gabe and JW than last night, where they just seemed out of sorts.
Oops.
Now even I know what to do with those.
Oops. That was a 3-5 shot. Won't see too many of those.
1-1-1.
Riley shaking his head. He got away with that one. Kind of fed it to JW's forehand. JW just wasn't quite on it. You know, Glenn, you jinxed them. Just when you said Tardio and Johnson were on tonight, they make a couple of errors.
Me?
Yeah. I agree with you. They were my pre-tournament favorite to win it all, and they came out last night and really laid an egg.
You're admitting that publicly?
Oh yeah, I mean it's on pickleball.com for everybody to see. My predictions are always there for good or bad. Fortunately, I did not pick Ben Johns to not even make it out of pool play in singles. That would have been an upset special. That was wide.
2-1-1.
Oh boy, beautiful counter there.
Wow.
Jaume.
Yeah, that was a 7.0 level counter there.
That was. Made up for the 3-5 shot earlier.
Fight out. 1-2-1. Second serve. 1-2-2.
Riley's the only one out here not wearing long sleeved shirt, and Jaume's the only one who's wearing shorts.
Oh boy.
Second serve.
Great play there by Newman. I mean, great play just to see the opportunity, then great execution at the end.
2-1-2.
Wow. Yeah, Jaume's got some nice hands.
Yeah, everybody.
1-2-1.
Wow, lefty, but couldn't quite get it in there. Jaume actually played one of his first tournaments in Santa Rosa, which is about an hour north of where I'm from in Northern California, and I saw his name in there because he won the singles event against some local players that were pretty good.
Well, he's another guy who started out sort of a singles specialist, you know, a lot of early success at singles, but one thing to watch for when you see those kind of players is when they play singles, do they throw in doubles type shots? And he always did that, so you could see he was going to develop a good doubles game.
And what do you consider doubles type shots in singles?
Well, players that'll do cat and mouse, mainly. You see the players who are good singles players, but their game doesn't really translate to doubles, and they tend not to have great doubles success because they play pure power singles.
Got it. Yeah, I would agree with you. Obviously, the cat and mouse is similar to the kind of dinking that you have to do in a doubles game.
Yeah. I mean, the shot that really separates people to me in singles, men's singles, is the ability to oh, Riley missed an easy one. Is the ability when you have a deep shot to your backhand, where Ben Johns and Fetty are perfect examples. They'll cut it cross court softly and sort of reset the point.
Well, I'll give you $1 if you can tell me the first player to do that successfully and become a top player. The backhand cross court that you're talking about in singles.
Well, I'm trying to remember how Daniel Moore played singles now, back when he was the best player in the world.
This was after Daniel.
Well, I'm not so sure Daniel didn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, he might have. I don't remember.
Great shot by Tardio.
Him. You may be going back before, because in 2017 is when I started watching and playing tournaments.
That's about when Daniel was #1 in the world.
No, it was after.
2016, maybe?
2016. 2017, Tyson played this guy in the finals at Nationals and lost. He's no longer playing. In fact, you wouldn't have heard his name in the last couple of years. And it is Marcin Rozpetsky.
Oh, sure. Knee injuries got to him. I do remember him hitting that shot, now that you mention it.
Out?
I think it was good.
Oh.
First, Riley was thinking to let it go, that it was going out, but good execution by Tardio.
Yeah, and I think in between Daniel and Marson, Kyle was actually the best singles player for a while.
Tardio has some kind of sometimes goofy looking shots, but boy do they work. Kind of a ping pong type grip.
7-2-2. Point.
Well, I'll give you one of my favorite questions to ask people, Glenn.
Yes, sir.
If we all consider Ben Johns the best player in the world, he's not going to be the best player in the world forever. Who will be the next best player in the world? Consensus best player.
Somebody we don't know yet.
I did an article on this on pickleball.com, and I actually had 6 choices.
Well, hold on. Let me.
None of the above was the 6th choice.
Gotcha.
I-
Okay. Well,
I
let me think about it and see if I can come
I
up
named
with some names.
5 current players that I thought could do it. Wow, great point. I do think none of the above's time is coming. You know, somebody from China, something like that. But I think we're still a couple of years away from that, and I think somebody will topple Ben before that.
Gotcha. Are any of them out of the top 20?
No.
Okay.
Second serve.
I asked a bunch of pros this question. They enjoyed that question. A lot of different thoughts on it. Including, interestingly, I won't tell you who, but some people did say they didn't necessarily think Ben was consensus #1 now.
I did not see.
I disagreed with them. I said I do think he's consensus #1 now, but the gap is.
Being cold there, and I kept stuff on for about 3 or 4 points. But anytime you stopped moving, you were cold again.
Interesting.
All right, for your question earlier, I'm going to try and go for 2 what I feel would be obvious candidates, and that would be Hayden and Gabe.
You got
Because
2
they're
of
younger and they're
Yep.
getting better, and you don't know what the ceiling is on these guys.
Yep.
And they're already top 5, top 10 guys, depending on
Agreed. That was 2 of the 5.
where your list is. So let me think about who else has an upward trajectory.
Point.
One good block there from Jaume, but it wasn't enough. Constant pressure. JW
9-5-1.
and Gabe looking to close out this first game, 9-5-1.
Second serve.
Kind of been in control the whole way, although not decisively so.
9-5-2. Side out.
JW usually doesn't go inside out on the forehand drop. Usually goes
All
down
right,
the line middle.
did Fed make your list?
Yes. With I think the best current argument about being,
Second serve.
you know, if you wanted to pick somebody else to be #1 right now, I think he had the best argument about it right now.
Yeah, well, you have to look too at, what are we talking about? Just doubles, singles, mixed doubles, right? There really is some.
It's I always get asked that question. I always say the same thing. It's overall. When you say Annalie Waters is the best women's player, obviously, you're not just saying, well, she's the best singles player or the best mixer. She's the best player. And I think we say the same thing about Ben. He's the best player right now, just overall. I don't think you necessarily have to play singles. Like I would say Anna Bright's the #2 women's player right now, who doesn't play a lot of singles. When she does play, she's an effective singles player. But I think she's the second best player.
Yeah, well.
Point. Game point.
obviously you could be the best singles player, you know, and not be the, you know, not even be in contention for the best pickleball player.
I think it is more oriented toward doubles. And I think the first game goes to Gabe and JW. Where he goes, he's really that gold medal that he won with Alshon really opened some eyes. He hasn't really done too much mixed wise though yet. Really good singles player, although hasn't had quite the run of steady success that I think he is capable of.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's beaten Ben 3 times, so there's not too many people in that club.
Right. He's got great wins, but he doesn't have sort of like the consistency that Fetty's had. You know, Fetty is like medal, 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 medal. Q's more great win, but then lose to somebody in the quarters or at the semis that he shouldn't lose to.
Just long, yeah.
But those were my 5, and then my 6 was somebody we've never heard of.
Point.
Likely from China.
Interesting.
102.
Did you see pickleball just going crazy one day in China?
Sure.
I mean, crazy. Like 500 million people playing.
Well, they don't allow crazy over there. So.
No, but they do get the government behind a sport. I mean, the government is so behind ping pong and table tennis, and they just dominate it. If the government gets behind pickleball and starts opening, you know, youth pickleball camps, they can boom. India, of course, another country trying to get way behind pickleball.
Go switch.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Point.
Tardio and Johnson taking control of this match.
112.
Whoa. Great shots.
Wow.
Point.
Yeah, these guys are tough to attack. I mean, all 4 of these guys out there are tough, but Gabe and JW have
212.
elite hands, and we saw Gabe's all of a sudden against Ben Johns in a match earlier this year where it's like, oh, okay.
Oh, that's a beautiful scorpion there by Jaume. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to say who's the best counterattacker out there, you know, best Tardio would have a really good argument of being the best, and JW would have a really good argument.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that they've got a lot of potential as a new team that understands going to be playing a lot together potentially in 2025. A lot of potential there. They can initiate attacks that some other teams might not work for because they're so good at counterattacking. Just kind of Annalise style on the women's side. She's by far the best counterattacker, so she initiates some firefights where she's at a disadvantage, but she doesn't care. I'll give you the initial advantage, but I'm just going to be so much better than you in the exchange. And that's kind of an example. Tardio started it with not a great shot, but he's so good.
3-1-1. Point.
Nice topspin drop there by Tardio.
He's gotten really tall, too. I was standing next to him today. He's like 6'2" or 6'3" now.
Yep.
It's assuming I'm still 6 feet tall.
Well, he'll probably grow another inch, so it won't matter. No, he's got good size, good length.
5-1-1. Point.
I like the angle, but the execution.
So then, Glenn, the next question is, of those 5,
6-1-1.
do you think one of them will emerge as the consensus best player?
Well, the odds are in their favor overall.
But who would it be?
Let me think.
Second serve. 6-1-2.
Wow, nice. Oh, beautiful.
Golly, the
Wow.
quickness. I mean, Tardio got from 0 to 60 in about half a second,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a Tesla.
He was behind the baseline, and all of a sudden he was at the kitchen. But that's
Right.
these young guys. I'm not surprised anymore
in a
by
blink.
how quickly they get the balls.
But he had quickness and the length that you just mentioned, that combination. Yeah, looks like they are just stepping on their neck right now. 8-1.
I mean, if I had to say one of those guys, I would say QD, Kwangdong, only because
Interesting.
he right now is changing the game, right? He's come in and he's the poster boy for, you know, somebody that's able to attack balls that are low by getting amazing amount of topspin on them and also having no fear. And his drives and his serves, when he's on, are both, I mean, I think both are among the top in the game right now.
Interesting choice. He also has great work ethic.
Right, yeah, the work ethic is, you know, just crazy. I've seen him both live and on video, and it's just like, you know, just hitting ball after ball and just attacking it. And it's not what some people say, like they said, oh, and he and Christian, excuse me, he and, who did he just play with? I'm sorry.
He did play with Christian
Was
and
it-
won a gold. Yeah. And then they played so well for Texas before Alshon had the health issues.
I'm sorry, though. I was thinking when he was playing with is it another CJ? The other young kid lefty.
Oh, Klinger.
Klinger.
Yeah.
When they played together, you know, somebody was saying, oh, it's just, you know, 3 dinks and then attack. And that was not true at all. They were actually played very patient in that match. Kwang did attack. He did drive every third shot. But when they were dinking, he was waiting for, you know, the right opportunity to do it. And I think that's why they won that match.
Well, I did an article again about Q's backhand dink. He's got a shot that I say changed pro pickleball, where he has a driving, forceful cross-court topspin backhand dink. Saw him do that to Ben, where he gets it, actually got it behind him. Oh, look at those hands of Tardio. Good Lord. Amazing.
Match point. 10-2-1.
Nice
Second
return.
serve. Match point.
And Jaume flexes over at Gabe on that. Smiles. It's funny.
Right out.
And he got him with a let ball. Let's see another flex, Jaume. Big smile on his face, and Gabe's face for that matter.
2-10-1.
Johnny is definitely a guy who has a lot of fun out there.
Second serve.
And that was reminiscent of Riley in the mix today, getting his third shot just a little too high.
2-10-2. Right out. Match point.
Another match
10-2-1.
point here at 10-2. And that's going to
Point
do
game
it.
match.
Well, I think we're finishing early.